So I haven't talked about 6ix9ine. I know 6ix9ine has been like the big deal ever since he got out. He put out that song called Goober, and that shit did buku numbers. But is the reason why I ain't really talk about 6ix9ine is because I don't care. I didn't look at Goober. I didn't, like I almost did. I almost did. I typed it in on YouTube, and then I realized he had like 24 million views in like 3 hours and shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, this everybody's like really like supporting this nigga 6ix9ine. Now I did say this on Facebook. I said, I guess America love rats, and I just left it there. Um, so we going My thing is, I'm not gonna per se talk about Snitch 9. I was call that nigga Snitch 9, 6ix9ine, but I do want to talk about snitching and how we kind of look at snitching. And this is all coming from a personal bias. Now, even though I said America loves rats, let me just say this. And the only reason I say that because it's like you would think someone that, did some shit like that, did some foul shit, like no one would support him. This nigga done charted. And like he's on billboards and all that other shit. So it's like we just gave this man clout for no fucking reason. And and the sad part is, like the old heads, like me, you would think we wouldn't like nobody would condone this shit, but it seems like how can I say this? It seems like I was wrong. Niggas was condoning it. Not only they condoning it, this niggas making money off of that shit. Niggas still claiming King of New York and shit. I don't know. Maybe it was the right time. Maybe this Rona put him in the right time, but I don't know. But listen, I still have not listened to Gooba, and I told people I'm not supporting that shit. I'm not clicking on the YouTube video, that other shit. But anyway, what is my personal opinion on snitching? Nobody likes a snitch. Let me tell you something. Nobody likes a snitch, and I mean nobody. I know, like you would think, oh, the government, the police want you to tell on people. It's because that's their job. But let's be real. if if they really was about that snitching shit, they wouldn't have a blue wall of silence. Like they wouldn't be silent about the people that that is abusing black people. All right, government, they definitely do not like snitches. You know why? We have a thing called security clearance. If you would know half the shit that goes on in the government, this shit would blow your fucking mind. That's why we have security clearance, and then we're on a need to know basis. And then you say, what is that? If you have this type of clearance, only you and a specific amount of people knows this type of information, and they make you sign a contract. Especially in the government, they make you sign this contract, and they say you can't tell anybody. We wouldn't have non-disclosures in this world. All right. Um, I know what a non-disclosure is. It's just like what happens in here stays in here. You can't tell everybody, or I will sue you. Obviously, people break non-disclosures all the fucking time because people the government. The government definitely doesn't like snitching. Other than security clearance, you you know what happens to what they call whistleblowers, and a whistleblower is a damn snitch. You know what happens to them? They die. All right, whistleblowing is a big offense. Whistleblowing is none but white white collar snitching or political snitching, like shit and that's the real top security clearance shit. So let's be real. Like, cause people say, cause I remember when the whole snap session that they was like, "Oh, this is dumb." It's like nobody likes snitching, and and being as a man that went into the Navy, and then you realize like once you get older, everybody has a secret to give, and then like if you like Area 51, nobody knows what goes on in there. Like, do you know what goes on in there? We don't even know if there's aliens in there. But I bet you. And you know why it's so secure? Because there's probably some shit in there you probably don't need to know about. And that's what, like, the whole joke about Area 51. We gonna run Area 51. I know that was a joke, but what if that shit really happened? Like a lot of people would have died that day just charging in the Area 51 and shit. But yeah, no one likes snitching. Like it's not just a street level shit. It's not no gangster shit. It's none of that. No one likes it. But let me tell you something. There are times. It's not that. There are times where people in positions where they do have to put you. I'm like, if you, how can I say this? With 6ix9ine situation, I think a lot of people understood because like what they did to that boy. It was like they kidnapped him, they beat him up, they fucked his baby moms and all that other shit. So some people can like understand. It was like they wasn't loyal to him, and he was the breadwinner. And he wasn't loyal to him. Matter of fact, they was really fucking him over, and they was like taking his money and all that other shit. He was the one doing all the mainstream work and all that other stuff, and like they're it basically endorsing their gang, so like endorsing their life through this little Mexican rainbow haired kid. So I feel like with that with 6ix9ine situation, I think even though people don't like snitching, they understand this. But someone put out a good question. Excuse me, and the question was, let's say you got arrested for a crime you didn't commit, and it was your best friend, and you're about to go to jail for life for what your best friend did. Are you snitching? And a lot of people's like, hell yes, I'm snitching. It's like I'm not gonna do cause I'm not gonna do life for something I didn't do. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. To me, I don't consider that snitch. Especially like I can understand if both of us was doing dirt, then yeah, that's snitching. If both of us were doing dirt and I got caught and I'm bringing them down with me, yeah, that's snitching. But if my hands was never in no dirt, like if I was just minding my own business and all of a sudden they got the wrong person, and you damn right. I don't think I consider it snitching. I think it's just doing your civilian duty, and that's another thing. Why I say nobody likes snitching, even as a civilian, like no one likes snitching because the police does not protect snitches either. I know a lot of people like witness protections ain't shit. I know a lot of people that be in witness protection ain't on there, but I've heard about people finding people. Like if they really want to, they find you. And some people they don't even get witness protection. Like they go back to the hood, and then all of a sudden everybody around them is like, "Oh, you a snitch." So now he's labeled a snitch, and like people just not gonna fuck with you. That's what like the nigga that killed Nipsey was a snitch. And Nipsey was like, I can't fuck with you because you a snitch. And he ended up getting shot. And you know what's funny? They snitched on him. That's not funny. I'm not laughing at the Nipsey Hussle situation, but you know, Eric, rest in peace, Nipsey. Uh, I'm not laughing at Nipsey. I swear, because what happened to Nipsey was fucked up. But it was ironic that like we found out who did it, and they snitched on who did it. If you kind of looking at it, like he like Eric Carter was a whole snitch, and then the only reason like Nipsey wasn't fucking with him because he was a fucking snitch, and then he shot him, and then like who did it, and they snitched on the snitch. So that shows you like people don't like I don't know, like people don't like snitches. Like there's a bunch of reasons. Like even some of your biggest gangsters don't snitch. Like, but I know a lot of people hold snitching like is really foul, which it kind of really is, especially if you're doing dirt and like other people and if you're doing dirt along with someone else, yeah, that is snitching. It's like you're supposed to if you got caught, you got caught. You're supposed to take yours. And in the words of Jeezy, if you get jammed up, don't mention my name. And I'm gonna be honest, like I went to this is I don't like I'm when I was in the Navy, like me and my ex, like we wasn't really supposed to be dating because it was like fraternization. So it was one of those things where like if we get caught, I don't want us to get in trouble and all that stuff because it could like ruin both of our lives. It's really so one like when I saw my coworkers come to my ex's house and all that other stuff, and then next thing you know, the next day, I'm in the lounge and everybody's like, "Hey yo, James, I heard you fucking so and so." I'm pissed off. It was like, now I'm like, who the fuck? And I'm like, like I'm trying to get like I'm trying to keep my relationship low key because you're not really supposed to understand. And then I'm like, who the fuck is telling people that me and her are dating? And then it's like, especially when like people you don't like that you have to work with know about your business. It's like, and then like, and you looking at him like, mind your fucking business, and you really can't curse him out because you ain't want to try to start shit. So it's just one of the things I had to eat. When I tell you I had to eat that so much. And there was another story, like when I broke up with my ex and all that other stuff. Like we broke up. I went to this underground stripper party and I invited one of my friends. We had it and we had a good time and all that other shit. And this nigga next day, or like, not the next day, but the Monday morning in the pipe shop talking about the stripper joint. And my ex is in the same vicinity as it, and talking about how this girl was giving me a lap dance and her pussy was in my face and he was making pussy. And I'm like, and I'm seeing her and I'm just like, she looked like, even though we was broken out, she did not. She looked irritated, like, really? Really? And I'm looking at him like, why are you telling her? And I was like, yeah, I'm basically during that time, like I was really trying to keep my relationship under wraps. So like, I don't want people like I try to keep. So when people asked me if I had a girlfriend, I was like, I told them I had a girlfriend, but it was like I'm not telling you who it is. I ain't trying to get in trouble. But shit like that happens. So what's the moral of the story? No one, or in my opinion, no one likes a snitch. And even though snitching helps, let's be real, snitching like white people don't like snitching. They just like snitching on other people, but they don't like people in their business either. White people love snitching on people. They like calling the police, but let's be real, they don't like snitches either. Like don't be rude about the white people. They just like snitching on niggas for some reason. It's not that they like snitching on people. It's not that white people have trouble minding their own business. That's the problem with white people. Minding their own fucking business. And then it becomes the snitching. But it's one of those things where like this the whole public park patty and Karen and all the other stuff is like I'm calling the police, especially when you're not doing nothing, or like you get one of them white people that just like you're doing your job and they're like, what are you doing? There's a video going around about a UPS worker like doing his job and this white lady just stopping him asking, what are you doing? It's like, I work for UPS. He's like, well, there's a burglary. He was like, I didn't fucking do it. No one likes a snitch. So so in conclusion, it's like don't let people like if you in conclusion, no one likes a snitch, but there are times where I feel like you do have to snitch, especially when. Do I feel like there are times you have to snitch? Yeah, it's to me, yes, especially if you didn't do anything. Cause I'll be damn. This is me personally. I'll be damn if I'm going to jail for something I did not do. And if I knew that you did this shit, yes, you're getting told on. But this is why I tell people I don't want to know what you do, especially if it's illegal. I don't want to know. I don't want to be accessible to it. If I don't, I can like if you don't tell me, that's fine. I'm not gonna bug you about it. That way, when the police come up to you, I don't know nothing, officer. So, um, what's else? And another more of the story. Yeah, the game done changed. Like people don't care. Obviously, people don't care, especially with the 6ix9ine shit. The people don't care. This um I feel like I was watching Abba and Priest channel. I think Abba was right. It's like, and I'm a big Wire fan, but he was like, basically, in the words of Slim Charles, the game been the same, it's just more fierce. Like these young kids don't care. So let me know what y'all think. My name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.